Hello, I'll be discussing about this interesting material that is a gift by nature to us and has various uses, one of which is construction. Wood is a product of a tree. When old enough, trees are chosen to be cut down through logging and then processed in sawmills. After cutting in the sawmill, the product is called lumber. It is indeed one of the most used building material as history tells. In the Philippine context, wood was used for building houses, school, and maybe some of you have this kind of classrooms during the previous years of your education because I experienced uh, studying in one of those structures. The Chinese also built temples using wood. For example, the Temple of Heaven in Beijing. Also, some of our Southeast Asian neighbors are or used wood as a building material, and most of them are really good at it. I can say one of the best wood builders. Before we explore the wide range of uses of wood, let me define it first. Uh, Wood is a fibrous substance which composes of trunk and branches of a tree that lies between the pith and the bark. The versatility of wood in every construction has lifted it to its present importance and high demand in almost all types of construction. Wood is versatile, which means it can be used in different ways. One of which is for trusses, ceiling, floor, and wall framing, to say the least. I can say you can build a decent house by just using wood. Even with the introduction of new materials and method of construction, wood is evidently much in use. It became one of the most important building material because of it's strong, it's lightweight, durable, and it's easy to fasten. You will just nail it or bolt it, tie it. Uh, an example of an electric planer which is a used instrument for planing wood. It is called katam as a for as a vernacular term for planer. It is used for dressing wood. Later I will define what is dressing of wood. Basically, if you want to dress rough lumber, you will use an electric planer. Let us define some terms that you will encounter. Uh, First, lumber is a term applied to wood after it has been sawed or sliced into boards. Rough lumber, from the sawmill and after cutting, uh, produce the product of the sawmill is lumber, and if it is not planed yet, it's called rough lumber. A term applied to unplaned or undressed lumber. In short, those lumber with rough surfaces. And then, after using this electric planer, you will uh, you will produce surface or dressed lumber. A planed lumber having at least one smooth side. S2S and S4S. You will encounter this if you experience using wood in the near future. These are dressed lumber wherein the number connotes the smooth sides. For instance, S2S means it is smooth on two sides, and S4S is smooth with four sides. S4S is uh, it is much expensive comparing with S2S because of the effort of planing all the four sides comparing with the two sides. Slab is a kind of rough lumber tangent to the annual rings running through the full length of the log at least one flat surface. Next, timber is a 5-inch lumber that is 5 inches or larger, smallest dimension. This is used for post and wooden posts. For the plank, usually this is used for flooring. It is a wide piece of lumber from 4 to 5 inches wide. These are used for flooring. And for the board, a piece of lumber that is less than 4 centimeter thick with at least 10 centimeters wide. These are used for furniture. Fleech, a thick piece of lumber. And this term is fine grained it's how you describe the haspe. Yung haspe ng kahoy, yung parang mga linya. When annual rings are small, the grain marking which separates the adjacent rings is said to be fine grain. When it is large, it is called coarse grain. An example of fine grain. As you can see, the annual rings are close to each other. And then for the coarse grain, the annual rings are further. What is an annual ring anyway? An annual ring is a ring that is developed at the outer layer of a tree. Each layer signifies a year of the tree's life. The closer distance between annual rings signifies a dry season. Siyempre hindi siya na maarawan ay hindi siya na uulanan masyado, hindi siya lumalaki or hindi siya nagde-develop, mabagal. And then for the rainy season, if it's further apart, ibig sabihin maulan noon kaya mas mabilis siyang lumaki. The closer distance between annual rings signifies a dry season, and then further distance between annual rings signifies a rainy season. If we try to count the number of the annual rings of this example, the tree is clearly 12 years old. And for the parts of the tree, the innermost part of the tree is called the heartwood, which is the densest part of the tree. It is where the first year growth of the tree is. Next to the heartwood is the sapwood, which is less dense part of the trunk. Then followed by the cadmium, phloem, and the outer bark. Wood can be straight-grained or cross-grained since nature dictates kung ano yung magiging hitsura niya. Yung nature yung sculpture ng trees. Let me show you some of the example of this straight grain and crooked grain. Straight grain is something like this. The grains are almost parallel to each other. And then for the cross-grained or crooked grain, it is more natural. It is a description or visualization of what wood is. Can we use all types of wood for construction? Kahit ano lang ba pwede nating kunin at gamitin para sa itatayo nating project? The answer is no. We can't use all the wood for construction. We need to understand first the classification of wood. based on the mode of growth can be classified as indigenous and exogenous. The indigenous trees are trees that grows from the inside. This kind of trees has soft center that is not preferred for lumbering. On the other hand, the exogenous, these are outward growing trees and these are preferred for lumbering. Aside from the mode of growth, the density should be also considered. These these are the softwood and hardwood. The softwood is from coniferous trees with narrow leaves, such as pine. On the other hand, hardwood is wood from deciduous trees. These trees grow slower and much harder to find, and these are uh, high quality wood, the hardwood. And some examples of what deciduous trees and evergreen trees are. For the softwood, the pointy trees, and for the hardwood, the wide trees. Next is the classification of wood with respect to the shades and colors. From what I experienced working with wood, it has distinct features that is unique for every type of wood. For the first one that I will show you is the lawaan lumber. It is very abundant in the Philippines, especially from where I came from in Samar. These are good for ceiling, wall, window, and door frames. The next is one, the next one is called yakal. Yakal is a very popular lumber. A similar species but from lawaan but it is stronger. Uh, these uh, lumber are considered sisters. This is ideal for stair treads or steps and for trusses too. The third one is Nara. This is considered as the national tree of the Philippines because it is very beautiful and it is very strong. This is one of the strongest and heaviest wood that I encountered. This is ideal for furniture, door panels, and door jambs. And lastly, kamagong. It is one of the most beautiful species of wood because of its marble-like appearance and durability. Moving on, how to cut wood. There are a lot method of log sawing. I'll be discussing just a few, one of which is plain of or bastard sawing. This simple illustration for this is the right one at the screen. It cuts all wood at mostly uniform size. The next method is a bit a creative way that divides the wood into parts. And then the other methods is how you cut the exact number effectively. Then second one is the quarter or rift sawing. An example for the quarter sawing is namely radial, tangential, combined radial and tangential. Lastly, the quarter tangential. From the illustration itself, it shows that the latter method produces less waste compared with the other methods. Uh, an example for radial sawing on the left and at the right is the tangential. Can we use the lumber right away after logging and cutting and after the cutting process? Kapag na-cut na-dress na, pwede na bang gamitin agad? The answer is no ulit. Basically, uh, wood has moisture content. It should be seasoned first before using it. Basically, seasoning is controlling the moisture content of wood prior to use. There are two methods: natural and air seasoning and artificial seasoning. Seasoning of lumber is the moisture has to be expelled thoroughly to preserve the wood from shrinkage or decay. From what I experienced, the unseasoned lumber, ayun nga, can deteriorate faster comparing it with seasoned lumber. The natural process allows sunlight and air to season the wood. It is considered as the one of the best method, although the period involved is relatively longer, ibig sabihin mas matagal. Pero yun, wala kang ginagastos, bibilad mo lang. On the other hand, the artificial seasoning is a process where lumber are stuck in a drying kiln and then exposed to steam air or hot air. Under this method, lumber undergoes a quick drying process. Later, I will show uh, examples of this artificial seasoning. It's very interesting. First, natural method. The illustration is an example of a natural seasoning method. It is stacked properly and provided gaps to dry evenly. Another example with a roofing to prevent it from getting wet. Let's move on with the artificial methods. The artificial methods also contain sub-methods, namely forced air drying, kiln drying, and radio frequency dielectric drying. Good seasoning is a primary consideration for successful preservation of wood. Wood does not decay naturally through age, nor will it decay if it kept constantly dry or continuously submerged in water. Pwede rin underwater yung wood as long as you season it first. Here is an example of a kiln dry machine. It will be covered and then it will be seasoned, and it's after that it's good to go or it's good for use. And then the radio frequency dielectric drying. Are there any methods to test or strength the wood or to test the strength of wood? Sorry. Actually, there is. It's called Janka hardness test. Test that measures the pound of force required to drive a 0.444 or 11 millimeters diameter steel ball to its depth into a piece of wood. The Janka hardness test is a method on testing the strength of wood, comparing it to testing concrete and steel quality using the UTM or the Universal Testing Machine. Are there any wood defects? Since wood is a natural material, without a doubt, it it will don't grow perfectly straight as the ideal producing lumber. Due to abnormal growth, these are the four kinds of abnormal growth, namely heart shakes, wind shakes, or cup shakes, star shakes, and nuts. Heart shake is a radical crack in wood originating from the heart or of the lugs. So you can see the illustration at the left side, heart shake. galing sa gitna. And then for the wood shakes, cracks or breaks across the annual rings hanggang sa labas. Ay, along annual rings pala, sorry. And for the star shakes, composed of several heart shakes radiating from the center of the lug. Ito, heart shake. And then the nuts, illustration at the bottom, occurs at the starting point of a limb or branch of a tree. Also occurs when a branch uh, was broken, it will develop as a nut. Due to deterioration, dry rot and wet rot. Dry rot occurs for seasoned lumber, and wet rot occurs when the lumber is or the tree is still growing. And for the common causes of decay, moisture and dryness, fungi and molds, insects and worms or yung mga anay, heat and confined air, syempre yung pabago-bago yung temperature, through thermal expansion, may effect din siya sa wood. So how do we preserve wood? Paano nga ba siya pinapatagal para mas tumagal yung mga building natin na wood? There are process of preserving wood, namely external and internal process. The external process is the wood is coated with preservative applied as paint to penetrate the fibers of the wood. A good example for this is the solignum, the illustration below. By using brush, and you will apply directly to the wood that you intend to preserve. Next is the internal process, a chemical compound that is injected at the prescribed pressure to permeate the wood thoroughly. This is done for the pre-treated lumber. Another method for preserving wood is preventing the pest from reaching it. The common methods are soil treatment, wood drenching, and termite reticulation system. I will uh, show some examples later. Soil treatment is a method by injecting chemicals into the ground, repelling termites from reaching the structure. Basically, di mo sila pinapaakyat. Wood drenching is a method when the wood is already infested or may mga anay na, tapos gusto mo pang patagalin yung buhay. It is directly applying concentrate termiticide to the wood member. A creative way to the soil to treatment of the soil is the termite reticulation system, distributing termiticide through pipes. It is simply distributing through dedicated pipes. What is intuitive about this design or good about this design is that you can re-inject chemicals when the termiticide periodically when the previous application was worn off or wala nang bisa yung chemical, pwede mong i-inject ulit. An example for wood treatment or soil poisoning, and an example for reticulated pipe system. So that's it. Wood is a very interesting building material because of its abundance. I myself had an experience building with it. It was a very nice experience. However, it is pretty much discouraged due to the rise of conventional mass-produced materials like concrete and steel. Pero uh, maganda pa rin yung wood kung gusto nyong ma-explore yung basics ng construction, or what if yung project nyo mahirap ma-reach ng concrete and steel, syempre maghahanap kayo ng different materials. Maganda na pag-practicean rin yung wood or explore. Kung hindi na maganda yung wood na ginagamit na for construction ngayon, bakit may mga nakatayo pa ring mga wood structures hanggang ngayon? 'Di ba? Ayun. So, thank you and have a good day.